at Brittney, at. You issued an ultimatum. You brought your girlfriend here knowing for damn sure that she is a charmer and that girls love her. And you thought it was a good idea to bring her on the show to go into a trial marriage. And now you sitting here breaking down crying because you know for a fact that you made a mistake? Girl, I can't feel bad for you at this point. You did this to yourself. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. The Ultimatum Queer Love Season 2 episodes 1, 2, and 3. You got that right. 1, 2, and 3. We are discussing 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 only, okay? Y'all, I'm so excited for this season because I did not review last season and it was really, really good. So of course I had to make sure I reviewed it this time around, okay? But before we get into it, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing okay, I'm doing well, and I'm ready to get into the mess of it all, okay? Y'all know the ultimatum is a very, very sticky situation because one person wants to get married and the other person doesn't. So they bring them on this show and they be like, okay, go ahead and date around, find you a new potential wife and go live with them for 3 weeks. And if that don't make you want to get married to me, then I don't know what to tell you because I'm walking away. Like, what? What? Like, the concept of this is crazy, but yet I love it and I love it all, okay? So let's go ahead and meet our couples. So Dana and Megan been together for 1.5 years, and Dana gave Megan an ultimatum, okay? Because she wants to be married. And Megan's still struggling with it because of her culture. She's Arabic and her family does not approve of this. So Dana wants her to step up to her family and really show her that she's number one in her life or she's willing to leave. My thing is, it's been 1.5 years. As I was watching these 3 episodes, I realized that it is really, really hard for queer people, gay people, people of the community to come out to their families, especially if they already know that they won't approve. So I feel like it's very selfish of her to make her choose between her and her family, knowing that it's possible that they will disown her. Like, it's only been 1.5 years. Give her some grace. You should understand that being a queer woman yourself is not as easy for everyone as it probably was for you. So then we have Cal and Bridget, right? They've been together for 2.5 years, and Cal is issuing the ultimatum because she wants to get married. Bridget is like, marriage what? Marriage who and why? She doesn't feel like it's necessary. If I'm committed to you, I'm committed to you. Why do we need to get married? And I just feel like, as someone who believes in marriage, if I've met someone who said, I don't want to get married, it's just a piece of paper, I'm not going to want to marry them. I'm just not going to want to do it. So I don't understand why we're wasting our time when the signs are there. This person clearly doesn't want to get married and doesn't see marriage as a big deal. So what's the purpose of even coming here to try to convince them to get married? But hey, we'll see how it works out. Maybe she changed her mind through this process. So then we meet Ashley and Martina. They've been together for 3 years. Ashley is giving the ultimatum because she feels like Martina has wandering eyes. Already a red flag. Why would you want to marry someone who has wandering eyes? Why? I don't know why. Now, Marita said that she has wandering eyes because if she's trying to figure out what's best for her, and if staying in this relationship means that she feels empty, then she's curious. Excuse me? She's basically saying that this relationship isn't fulfilling her. And you think sending her into a relationship with someone else is going to make her want to marry you. This sounds like the craziest thing I ever heard. But anyway, Marita says she feels like she's not getting the love that she needs. And that hurt Ashley. Because Ashley feels like she's giving her all. Well, obviously she doesn't feel like that. And that is why y'all not married yet. So instead of y'all going to actually fix the problems that y'all have, you decide that it's best to go ahead and put her with somebody else who could possibly fulfill that. Not a good plan. Not a good plan. Y'all didn't think this through. I'm really believing y'all did not think this through. So then we meet Maria and Mel. They've been together for 4 years and Maria is issuing the ultimatum, okay? She feels like their relationship is kind of on the back burner because they own a food truck together. So therefore, that's what's most important in a relationship. And she feels like by them getting married for some strange reason, that the truck won't be the main priority anymore. If your relationship's taking a backseat now, it's going to take a backseat then. Mel doesn't like the idea of the ultimatum because she doesn't want marriage and she doesn't want kids. So this puts her in a weird situation. I feel like, are y'all not having these discussions early on? Because y'all been together for 4 years. Mel does not want marriage or kids, yet and still, you got with her, continue the relationship with her, got a business with her, and now you want to force her to want to marry you. And Mel gives me rebellious. Like, I'm not going to do it just because you trying to make me. So we going to have to see how that plays out. So now we have AJ and Brittney. They've been together for 5 years. Brittney issued the ultimatum. They're in this room and AJ is crying her eyes out. And Brittney's like, but what makes you so scared to marry me? Because I don't have any fears. I don't have any doubts. And AJ is afraid that one day Brittney may not love her anymore and she may want to move on and then she's going to be left with nobody. And she don't want that to happen to her. She doesn't feel like she's in a position to give Brittney what she needs right now because Brittney has succeeded and accomplished so many things. And she feels like, I can't provide for you the life that you want. So she doesn't want to actually get married because of that reason. Not because she doesn't love her, not because she doesn't want to be with her, because she doesn't feel like she can provide for her the life that she thinks she deserves. I understand that, right? I understand that. But if you know that this woman wants marriage, then you need to go work on yourself. And if she's still available when it's time is up, then you come back together. But holding her back, knowing what she wants, and if she's okay with you not having what you have, then I don't see what's the difference in, not marrying her. But anyway, they both acknowledge that there's a possibility that they both can fall in love with someone else. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because let me tell you something. If I'm in a room with my husband and he tells me it's a possibility I could fall in love with somebody else, I'm immediately like, what do you mean? That means you don't love me. That's all I heard was you don't love me for real. Child, these people play with fire, you gonna get burnt. Play with fire, you gonna get burnt. So then we meet Haley and Pilar. They've been together for 10 years. 10 years is too many. 10 years is too many. Why we here? Why we here? Now, Haley issued the ultimatum because she knows that their relationship could be deeper, and deeper is marriage. It's been 10 years, Haley. You put up with this for 10 years. There's no reason for her to go ahead and marry you now, if you ask me. Like, you were fine 10 years of not being married. Now, all of a sudden, you want to be married? Pilar said that she hid her relationship for 8 years. And when she did come out, her family disowned her. And she will never be able to give Haley the wedding she deserves. Because, she wants to be able to have the family dynamic. Here's my thing. If your family disowned you for coming out, you think that by not marrying her, that they will then accept you back in? Like, I don't know if that's an excuse or not, because at this point, the damage is already done. You already made it clear that you want to be with this woman, so be with this woman. It's about the marriage, not the wedding. It sounds like a cop-out, but what do I know? I don't know. So, everyone's officially single now, and they get to date each other. I'm not going through all these dates, but what I will say, that AJ was like, oh, I'm single? Oh, I'm single? I like everybody. I like her. I like her. I like her. I like her. I like everybody. So everyone's sitting down talking, getting to know each other, making connections. Everyone's very open. I don't see anyone really closed off too much. And you all know lesbians move fast. Okay, they fall in love fast. It's something in the hormones of a woman that just makes us fall head over heels immediately. So 2 women, you already know that it's about to be some delusional stuff going on, okay? Now, Megan is struggling the most with seeing Dana build these connections because Megan is having a hard time really committing to this process. And Brittney is definitely regretting everything because AJ is moving around, okay? AJ is not wasting no time. She's moving around. And Brittney is not really, giving it her all for real. I mean, she's talking to people, but her mind is still stuck on AJ. She was not prepared for this process. She should have never brought her here. And the simple fact that when AJ is addressing her, she's basically like, that's my ex, that's my ex, that's my ex. Y'all literally been broken up for 3 hours. And she made it very clear that that is her ex and she is going to take full advantage of this process. Because when AJ went to Brittney and was like, I miss you, Brittney's like, so why don't you let it be known? And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? You want her to yell it to the rooftop? You want her to come grab you and snatch you away from this process? Is that what you thought was going to happen? You thought that she was going to get here and see you talk to people and be like, no, immediately no, let's go. Because we've had that happen on an ultimatum before. And I think that's what Brittney thought was going to happen. Girl, that's not what happened. So then we get to episode 2, and then after, everybody started dating to get to know each other, Megan went back to Dana's room because she told her that she is ready to walk away from all of this, okay? She can't take it. It's too much for her. Like, she just can't do this. Dana is like, just give it a chance. Just try. Be strong, Megan. It's okay. Don't let it stress you out. Meanwhile, Megan is going through it. Now, I don't know if my intuition is telling me that Dana wants this way too much. Okay? Dana gives me the same vibe as AJ, where it feels like these two ready to get their rocks off. That's what it's giving. Dana gives me like, oh no, I need this for me. Like this don't have nothing to do with this marriage or nothing. It really feels like she just wants to explore other women. I don't know. I don't trust Dana at all. Let's make that very clear. She seems way too open for me. Way too open. Now, they go on all these special dates. I'm not going to get into these dates because when we get to the choice dinner and everyone chooses who they're going to choose, then we can really get into details, the conversations that they have, because that's what's going to be important, because that's who they're going to be in their trial marriages with, okay? So, and I already know most of y'all already watched this, so I don't want to bore y'all with the details. But listening to them date has really opened my eyes to how hard it is for them to actually come out to their families. And I sympathize so much, because who you love should not make someone else not love you. And I hate that that is a fear that they have with just living their lives. You don't have to agree with it, but to disown your child, to not love your child, or to, like just push them off to the side, I can never understand that. Like, you love who you love. And if someone else's life decisions make you not love them anymore, it really says a lot about your character, especially if it's not hurting, harming, or killing anyone. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I also felt like it was very, very strange that Pilar is in a love triangle with Bridget and Cal, who are also in a couple. And I think that's because people who are in relationships with each other usually have the same mindset on what they want out of life, which is why it kind of makes sense to me why Pilar would be attracted to both of them, because they all probably align with what they want out of life. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. AJ has multiple girls, okay? She has Marita, Maria, and Bridget. AJ got around, okay? She did not hold back at all, and she is laying it on heavy, okay? She is telling the girls, listen, I can be whatever you need for me to be. Okay, I'm that one that's going to push you to be the better version of yourself. And I'm saying here like, AJ, but what about yourself? That's the same issue that you had in your last relationship, was that you did everything to push her, and then now you're at a situation where you feel stuck. So are we learning anything, or are we repeating the same cycle? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So after all these dates that they had, they have a cocktail party. Now, Dana is torturing Megan, and it's bothering the crap out of me, okay? Because why would you go up to Megan while she's talking to AJ and just go up there and hug her like that? Like, why are you trying to get in her mind knowing that she's already struggling with this situation? So now she's pretending to check up on her and let her know that she loves her. I think that she was trying to make Mel jealous, because as soon as she left from over there, she went to Mel to pull her outside to tell her, stop playing with me before I run your food truck over, because Mel was in there talking to Brittney. And I'm sitting here like, hold up, wait a minute, pull it back. Because why are you acting like Mel's your girlfriend for real, for real? I had to go back and make sure that they wasn't already in a couple, because the way she was talking to her, you would have thought they had already smashed, had kids, and a family. I was like, oh, I already know these two about to couple up. And I feel like it's going to be low-key toxic, because that's a lot of masculine energy going on between the two of them. I'm just saying. But nonetheless, Mel seems to like it. She seemed to be eating it all up. And I promise you, Mel and Dana, if they couple up for real, they will end up having sex. Okay? It's there. The way they were sitting there talking, looking at each other, it was nothing but sexual energy all up and through that conversation. Child, it's about to be a thing. But I am glad that I see Megan bonding with Haley, because, Megan's been having a hard time as well with this whole process. And now Dana's trying to get in her mind, not making it any better. So I'm glad that she's finally opening up a little bit to someone, so that she's not left standing out in the cold, because Dana gonna get hers. That's for sure. Okay, so Marita and Bridget are talking, and they both are basically talking about their connection with AJ. And Bridget now feels the type of way because she feels like AJ is love bombing everybody. AJ's telling everybody that they're her number one. AJ's telling everybody the same thing. And I'm sitting here like, why you all up in what AJ got going on? Why you trying to blow up AJ's spot, Bridget? Why? It's definitely possible for everyone to be feeling a type of way about AJ. That does not mean that she's telling y'all the same thing. That doesn't mean that. Because I've listened to the conversations and AJ is actually just being herself because all her conversations sound like the person she is. And it's not her fault that all three of y'all seem to be falling in love with her. It's not her fault that all three of y'all are ready to throw y'all drawers at her. Okay? Okay. Because y'all always falling for it. So now she wants to go blow up her spot. She like, I'm definitely going to confront her. And I'm just like, child, we just got here. We just got here. It is possible for multiple people to have multiple connections. I don't understand why Bridget going so hard like that. It's because she feels like AJ's not going to pick her and it blew up her spot. She thought she had her one until she realized that she wasn't the only one. And now she's ready to blow up AJ's spot. So now we get to the choice dinner, right? And Bridget goes first. She tells AJ that she feels like she didn't really get to know the real her because she feels like she was just telling her anything or telling her what she wants to hear. Even to the point where she was comparing notes with the other girls, and now it just seemed like she was playing around or whatever. So Brittney jumped in like, hold on, not too much on my girl. Not too much on my girl. Brittney was like, that's just who she is. People come around her and they just fall in love with her. She just has charisma like that. And to AJ's point, she did have some very different conversations with all three of y'all. She did have three very different connections with all three of y'all. That's not her fault. That's not her fault. So Marita chooses AJ, which now puts AJ on the spot. But Marie jumped up like, I feel very relaxed with AJ as well. She makes me feel very vulnerable. And I also want to choose her. So now I'm sitting here like, well, damn, AJ, you the girl. You the girl. You got all inches. Who you gonna pick? Who you gonna pick? And then we get to episode 3, right? And AJ gets up and chooses Maria. And I feel like that was the best choice for her to do. Because Bridget was already doing way too much. And her and Martina already was comparing notes, doing too much. So like at this point, both of y'all go figure it out then. And she went with Maria. Good choice for her. Now, she says that she feels like Maria can show her so much about herself and she can see herself marrying her one day. And no matter what, she's going to give this process 100%. Stop right there. Pause. Wait a minute. What do you mean you can see yourself marrying her one day when Brittney's bringing you here to make you want to marry her? How? How, Sway? How? Now Marita is feeling a type of way because she feels like AJ made her feel like they were going to be in a trial marriage. She didn't really get the chance to connect with anyone. And now she feels robbed of her experience. She feels stupid. You let Bridget get in your brain. You did that. You let Bridget get all up in your brain and then you low-key backed her up and you thought AJ was going to pick you? Be effing for real, girl. Be effing for real. AJ said, I'm sorry, but that was not my intention. So now we have Pilar, who's been connected with Bridget and Cal, which is crazy, like I said, because them two are in a couple. So Pilar says that her and Bridget are just so aligned and that they are basically like finishing each other's sentences at this point. And Bridget also agrees with her. Bridget feels like their relationship would be spontaneous. So then Paige says her connection with Cal came out of nowhere. She didn't even know if she really liked her for real, but the more and more they talked, the more she wanted to talk to her more. She also feels that them two are aligned together, which should tell Cal and Bridget a lot about their connection, that someone wants both of them, that should let them know that them two are on the same page. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. But nonetheless, Pilar picks Cal instead of Bridget. And now Bridget's sitting there looking stupid. You threw a wrench in your own game when you tried to blow up AJ's spot. And I low-key don't feel bad for you. I don't. Because now you don't get your first or second choice for real. So now Bridget wants to partner with Ashley because she's authentic and she can trust her. And every time she says something about Ashley, she had to keep saying how she's authentic. She's authentic. She's authentic. I'm like, we get it. Bridget, you that hurt over AJ? Like, girl, we get it. You feel like she was fake. You feel like she wasn't being herself. Get over it. You want Ashley, right? You want Ashley because she's so authentic. Then be so happy. So Bridget and Ashley end up in a trial marriage together. So we get to Haley, and she said that she made a connection with Megan, and I'm just really, really happy because I thought Megan was going, crash out because nothing was going her way, and she really wasn't feeling this at all. So I'm glad that somebody chose her. Now, I don't know why Dana's sitting over there looking mad, like she wasn't just like cursing Mel out like that was her girl or whatever. But nonetheless, Haley says that she feels very, very comfortable with Megan, and she feels safe with her. So Haley and Megan now end up in a trial marriage. Dana said that her and Mel are both stubborn, and through this process, them two will be able to work on that for their partners. Dana and Mel just want a hunch. I don't care what nobody say. Dana and Mel just want a hunch. It's all sexual energy there, and that's why they picked each other. So now Marita and Brittney are left in a default couple because nobody else picked them. So now these are our new couples. We have Pilar and Cal, Dana and Mel, Bridget and Ashley, AJ and Marie, Haley and Megan, Brittney and Marita, and I have switched the pictures down at the bottom just in case y'all don't know who these people are because it took me a while to get into it too, okay? So now it's time to get into these trial marriages. So this is what I got from this recoupling, okay? Dana and Mel are going to be hunching. No questions about it. Brittney's in a relationship with Marita, who she's like, dang, how did I end up here with the girl who said that she was falling in love with my girlfriend? Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Now listen, they get back to these daggone apartments. Dana and Mel get into the apartment, and Mel asks her does she feel like she made the right choice. She said she absolutely knew that she was going to be in a relationship with her since the first time she met her. Trouble. Trouble, 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 trouble. AJ and Maria get back to their apartment, and Maria lets AJ know that she's sorry that they always calling her out for like love bombing or whatever the case may be, and she's sorry that she had to go through that. Maria said that she really likes AJ, and now they could really learn more about each other. They sitting in the apartment, they're really talking. Everything seems smooth, like they've been together for a while almost, and it's just a vibe. And AJ keeps saying that she can see herself marrying her, which is very odd to me, especially because she was the one giving the ultimatum. So I don't like the way that this is making me feel because, like, if AJ come in here and fall in love with somebody like this, was you really in love with Brittney for real? Was you? So Brittney and Marita are back at the apartment, and they are going to make the best of this as they can. Marita said that she's happy that this happened this way because everything happens for a reason. So, hey, they married now. Let's give it a full shot. So now because they haven't really had any conversations, they really have to get to know each other. Brittney already told her that she knows what she wants, okay? She said, I was listening when you was talking. You want romance. You want to feel appreciated. And she said she's going to pull out her big daddy energy and try to make her feel loved and appreciated and give her the romance that she's been, missing out on. Brittney is still processing this whole process because she knows that at the end of this, she can possibly be left alone. Brittney, at this point, girl, you signed up for it, you might as well go all in. Because let me tell you something, AJ already told you at that table in front of everybody that she was giving this process 100%. So you might as well go ahead and lean into it too. Now, Bridget and Ashley, they are just so happy to be out of the dating process. Ashley told Bridget that she doesn't feel like AJ robbed Marita of her experience. Marita's just one of those girls that goes all in all the time. And that's how she ended up in the position that she's in. Bridget feels like she kind of pushed Cal into the arms of Pilar. And this is my thing with Bridget. Bridget, you ended up with somebody you really didn't want to be with. You blew up your own game. Don't be mad at nobody but yourself, okay? Although you had a connection with Ashley, you wanted AJ, and if you could have picked someone else, it would have been Pilar. But here we are with Ashley, so make the best of it. They do seem comfortable, though, in that bed when they were sitting down talking. So, hey, we'll have to see what happens with these two. Now, Cal and Pilar, Cal seems very, very uncomfortable, okay? She's sitting there like these two have never had a conversation before. Pilar is basically trying to pull things out of her. It wasn't until they started joking about, pooping in front of each other and stuff like that, that it kind of broke the ice and that, Cal kind of opened up a little bit better. So now they were sitting in the bed, talking, joking, and I'm like, okay, because at first I'm like, Dad, Cal, you switched up real quick. You act like you don't want to be here for real, but she's doing fine. She's doing fine. Now, Haley and Megan, Lord have mercy. Haley said that she's a snorer, and Megan said that she's a sleep talker. And so I'm like, this is going to be very interesting. Maybe they'll X each other out. Megan said that she's an aggressive sleep talker. I said, child. Oh, I hope we get a little bit of that footage just so I can laugh about it. Just a little bit, okay? I was worried that Megan was going to leave, but seeing how she's interacting with Haley makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. Until, Megan brought up, them being physical possibly. And it seemed like it's like a if it happens type of situation. But Megan lets her know that she doesn't really want to give into the physical because that's the easy part. She really want to do the inner work. But you brought it up. And I feel like you brought it up, meaning you might want to test it out. I'm just saying. Let me find out Megan and Dana both about to be out here hunching. That's what it's giving. That exactly what it's giving. But now listen, watching Dana and Mel in that bed talking, baby, I thought they was about to make out. Conversation too intense for me. The staring of it all, yeah, I thought they was about to make out in that bed. We in for a ride. We in for a ride because the queers fall in love so fast and they so emotional. It's going to be a train wreck, y'all, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. So it's the next morning, right? And we found out that Pilar and Cal were cuddling up. I said, oh, Cal let her cuddle? Oh, that's so cute. She must be more comfortable now. And Mel asked Dana if she's nervous that they can have a connection that can put their relationships at risk. And Dana said yes, and I believe it. I believe it. I give it 12 more hours. I give it one more episode before they start hunching. Okay, so when I come back for episode 4 and I be like, I told y'all so, it's because I told y'all so. If y'all already watched it, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I'm pretty sure by episode 4 they hunching. Now Maria's teaching AJ cat language and AJ staring like I didn't even know cats had language, but here we are. What did I get myself into? While AJ is learning cat language, Brittney's having a nervous breakdown in the apartment because she feels like she made a big mistake. I feel bad for you, Brittney, but you did this to yourself, so you have to put on your big girl panties and you have to deal with what you put yourself in. Marita came in there and was like, oh my God, do you need a hug? She gave her a hug. She held her for a little bit. And I think that's really nice for their bonding situation. Brittney's crying out about how her heart hurts. My heart hurts. She feels like she lost AJ. Girl, it's been one day. It's been one day. If you can't trust your girl for one day, then you already know what's going on. You don't need nobody to explain it to you. That's just what it is, okay? Now that we got all the basic stuff out the way, y'all, these next episodes are going to be very detailed because we definitely got to get into the things now that we are actually in these trial marriages, okay? So make sure that you guys are liking the video, subscribing to the channel so that you will be notified when the next reviews are posted. Go ahead, get in the comments and let me know what you think about these episodes so far. And with all that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.